program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
With the hands, one holds the forehand steady, yes. But with the legs, one so gently turns the quarters in a pivot. You kick the poor horse, Miss Wilcox, so he jumps sideways. No, this does not exist. It is abominable. I'm told they know these things. They know nothing.
Walt Disney presents
Trapeze lovers, swing into a Cheerios breakfast. Cheerios are made from oats, the grain with the most protein and vitamin B1. Cheerios help build up muscles, or if you're not a moose, muscles. I mean, they give you go. No wonder big G and little O means go. Go! Go! With Cheerios! But watch where you're going.
Look, Polly, you're in the movie.
Until today, daisies were for picking. From now on, daisies are for eating. A daisy is a brand new snack from General Mills. A crisp little yellow corn cup filled with air. You can eat daisies like potato chips, right out of the box. Next time you want something to munch, pick daisies.
And now, from Walt Disney's wonderful world of color, we bring you the Horsemasters. And now your host, Walt Disney.
For the program you're about to see, you are invited across this threshold into a world apart. It's populated by several millions of people, whose lives and thoughts and dreams center pretty much around horses. These people value a horse show trophy or a blue ribbon above any World Series pennant. They have their special language, speak of such things as equitation and dressage. They have their code of ethics, their own book of rules. In England today, there are a number of excellent riding schools with great tradition behind them. In their field, they are universally respected, and they draw their students from all parts of the world. Their graduates are known as horsemasters, represent the aristocracy of their set. At such a school, you can learn a great deal about horses, but as so often happens in life, you start out to learn one thing, and you're apt to learn something else that can be even more important. And that's the way it is in this story titled Follow Your Heart.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, Daddy. Come to meet the new students?
Yeah, but, hey, what's the matter with the train?
Nothing, there it is.
But, it's on time. Valleywood? Hey, anyone for Valleywood Riding School?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hello. My name's Danny Grant. I've got the station wagon right outside.
And I'm Dinah Wilcox.
You're an
American. What do you know?
Hey, wait a minute. I just thought of something. There's supposed to be 2 other people on this train. They're both foreigners. One's English and one's, darned if I know.
Signor! Scusi, you tell me, please, where I find the school for horses?
Vincenzo Lolly? See? Well, you're almost there. This is Dinah Wilcox, and I'm Danny Grant. Well, I'll go round up the other one, and I'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
Oh, per favore, signorina.
Oh, thank you.
It's wonderful, no? To come here to England, to this great school. Permit me, please. wish very much to make a good horse. How do you say it? Horse?
Horsemasters.
See? A master of the horse.
Excuse me, is there a Miss Finley in here? Miss Finley?
Mm-hmm.
Are you Miss Finley?
There's no restaurant car on the train, so I had to bring you...
Allow me.
Oh, thanks. No restaurant car on the train, so I had to bring my own tea. You from Valleywood?
That's right, Danny Grant.
Hello.
Hello. Well, you believe in having your tea early, don't you?
Well, I haven't eaten since lunch.
Oh, that explains it. This is Joan Finley.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Joan. Let me help you with this.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, I'll get your banjo for you.
Banjo?
This.
Oh, no, please. He's very precious. I carry him all the way from Milano.
You won't have much time for music where we're going. Oh, bye, Joe. You'll be up before 6, and you'll be feeding and grooming the horses, and you'll be so tired by the time evening comes, all you want to do is sleep.
6 in the morning? Mamma mia, it's impossible.
Oh, you'll find out. Wait till you meet Janet Hale,
Who is she?
the new chief riding instructor.
What's she like?
Well, they say she's human, but so far nobody's ever actually produced any evidence to prove it.
Good boy, Emmett. Good boy. You ready? All right, come on.
Very nice, Janet. You and Bennett certainly go well together.
He's a wonderful horse, Major Brooke.
Well, he goes with your new job. He's yours, as long as you're my chief instructor.
Oh, good boy. He'll see me through, sir.
Yes, of course. Well, I think we'd better get back to the school and meet your students. They'll be arriving soon.
If you're joining the course with us, how come you already know so much about the place?
Well, I've been over here a year on exchange scholarship at Oxford. I like horses, so I come down to Valleywood every vacation to help look after them. As a reward, I finally made the Horsemasters course at reduced prices. I'm what's known as a working pupil.
You mean for us there will be not so much work?
Are you kidding?
Each of these 8 kids will have a pony club certificate or a father who popped them into the saddle as soon as they could walk. They come from all over the world and they'll think they know it all.
One of these kids, as you call them, is a year older than I am, the Australian, David Lawson.
All the more reason to let him know who's in the saddle. You'll have complete authority over the Horsemasters course, and their success will depend on you, you know.
And if they fail?
Fail? Don't know the word. Don't let them know it either. People are like horses, Janet. If you don't ride them, they'll ride you.
Sorry.
What's your name?
David Lawson. My humble apologies.
Mr. Lawson, you obviously know very little about horses.
What?
Or you'd be careful not to frighten them.
Now, look, I've been riding in Australia for 20 years. My father put me in the saddle before I could walk.
Then it's a pity he didn't teach you a few manners at the same time.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Hey?
Or is it the custom in Australia to treat other people's property as though it were a racetrack?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you owned the place.
I don't. But I am the chief instructor of the Horsemasters course.
Oh. Should be a load of fun.
I congratulate you on being the first arrival. But as the Major won't be ready to talk to you until 5 o'clock, I suggest you fill in the time by taking that car down to the village and putting it in the garage. The next 16 weeks will be far too busy for you to need it here.
The village? That's 2 miles back.
Well, I should leave your cases at the house. It'll make the walk back so much easier. And don't forget, 5 o'clock sharp in the common room. Careful.
So you see, ladies and gentlemen, this course means hard work. 16 weeks may sound a long time, but you'll find it's only just long enough. Here, you do the lot. Grooming, feeding, cleaning the stables, veterinary instruction. You learn to ride all over again, including dressage and jumping. In fact, you won't learn about horses, and you won't pass the exam at the end of the course unless you're prepared to sweat a bit. But I'm quite sure you will all enjoy it. Now, any questions?
Please, Major Brooke, What does it mean to sweat?
To sweat. Faire la perspiration, Mademoiselle Roland.
Ah oui? Formidable. Très gentil.
The rabbit fund, Major. You've forgotten the rabbit fund.
Oh, yes, I've forgotten the rabbit fund. I've also forgotten Mr. Follier.
Oh.
He's our vet and our treasurer. Hello. How do you do? Now, the rabbit fund. Lapin, mademoiselle. Each time you fall off your horse, it'll cost you a shilling. And each time you lose your hat, sixpence. And the money goes towards sending the British team to the next Olympic Games. And you'll be surprised how quickly it mounts up once you start jumping.
When will that be, Major?
Oh, in about 3 weeks. Something to look forward to, eh?
Yes, of course.
Major, please may I give my rabbit money for the Swedish team?
Miss Falk, you certainly may not. Your riders are good enough already without Valley Wood helping to finance them. And now I want you to meet your instructor, Miss Janet Hale. She will be in charge of the whole course, and what she says goes. And let me tell you this. If by the end of your time here you know half as much about horses as Janet, you will all make first-class instructors. All right, my dear, carry on. You coming, Mr. Follier? Yeah.
Stand by for Nanny's welcome to the nursery.
Now, before I show you the rest of the school and the stables, I want you all to stand up as I call your names.
I see what you mean.
David Lawson?
Here, matron.
Perhaps I should explain for those of you who are unfamiliar with riding schools that I'm asking you to stand in order to gauge your approximate height and weight so that I can give you the most appropriate horse. Now, Mr. Lawson, if you please. Thank you, Mr. Lawson. Penelope Sutcliffe.
We're poor little colts who have gone astray. Ba, ba, ba. We're learning to ride in the Major's way. Ba, ba, ba. 16 weeks of acute remorse. 16 weeks on a riding course. 16 weeks on a flipping horse. Ba, ba, ba. We traveled miles across land and home. Ba, ba, ba. And most of us wish we were safe at home. Ba, ba.
All right. Work starts properly tomorrow. I've told you which horses you're to look after, and I'm going to divide you into 2 groups. One will be called Blue Ride, and the other Red Ride.
Gets more like a kid's school every minute.
Blue Ride will consist of David, Joan, Dinah, and Danny. And Red Ride, Vincenzo, Ingrid, Adrian, and Penny. Now, you'll compete against each other. Black marks will be given for any form of slackness, and merit marks for any good work. At the end of the course, the winning ride gets one of these cups.
If there are 4 of us, how do we divide it up?
Well, you don't. It stays here in the school with your names engraved on it.
Oh, it stays here. Wow. I call that really worth winning.
Sometime, David, take a really good look at these. You'll find the names of some of the most famous riders in the world. You might even consider they're worth joining. All right, that's all I have to say. Except to suggest that you have an early night. We have to be up at 5:30 in the morning. And it would be nice if we could get through the first day without any black marks. Wouldn't it, Joan? Good night.
Does she ever smile?
We're chased and chivied by Janet Hale. Scrub that stable and tug that tail. Sometimes it feels like we're locked in jail.
All right, easy, boy, easy. It's only me. Just come to say good night. You know, it's all your fault. I've only taken the job because of you. And they're a tough bunch. I can't manage on my own.
You'll have to help me see it through. Yes? All right, we'll manage.
Okay, you men. I am your leader.
You are our leader.
I want this stuff bright. Not just clean, not just white. I mean bright, with bold.
Isn't clean and white all right, sir?
Any detergent gets frilly stuff clean and white, but now bold takes on tough clothes and gets them bright.
Right.
Bold has extra power.
Bold has extra power.
Now you're on a stick. These new granules do the trick. Blue.
Blue.
Green.
Green.
White.
White. They get clothes bright.
Sir, let's see what Bold can do.
Oh, you don't believe me, huh? Well, I'll prove it to you.
White or whites.
Blue or blues.
You even get khaki-er khakis, too.
Hey, better than clean, better than white.
Bold's extra power gets clothes bright.
The difference is like day and night.
What goes in, bold comes out bright.
We're sold on Bold.
5:30. Everybody up. Lovely morning. Diana, get a move on. Ingrid. Ingrid. I want everybody down in the stables in 15 minutes.
Okay, Penny. Rise and shine.
Oh,
Come on.
torture.
I know, but it's the rules. Into the bathroom.
Impossible. It's ridiculous. We got 15 minutes to get to the stables. It takes me longer than that to put my makeup on. Just by the horse, mind. This is ridiculous. These English, they are uncivilized.
Can you give me a hand with Joan? It's like trying to wake a log of wood.
There's only one way to do it.
She's still asleep. I can't believe it.
I leave it to you.
Okay. Sorry, Joan, but this is for the sake of Blue Ride.
Oh! What do you want to do that for?
Come on, into the bathroom.
Fed up. Oh, really?
It is a lovely morning, Miss Hale.
It was. It's now a very bad morning. Now pay attention, everyone. We have 16 weeks to complete this course successfully, and we shall not do so unless everybody obeys instructions. You were supposed to be in this yard at 5:45. It's now 5:50, and it's not good enough. Don't let it happen again. Now muck sacks everyone and move. Morning, Miss Hale. You have 20 seconds to get to your stable.
Miss Hale. I slept like a top. I'm still half asleep. I came around the wrong way.
You're late.
Sorry, just can't run before breakfast.
Blue Ride has started the course well. 5 black marks, all earned by David Lawson for being more than 5 minutes late for mucking out.
Now, look, that's not fair. Why do you have to be so long-faced about everything, eh?
Oh, knock it off, David. Get a move on.
David, you really must learn to run, unless you want Blue Ride to get even further behind. Come along, Penny. Spread your muck sack and put your back into it. That's honest-to-goodness manure, not rose petals.
That girl has a quite remarkable talent for stating the obvious.
Feed! Feed, everyone! Joan!
Oh, no.
Sweep it all up again and hurry. You'll be last for the feed.
That'll be a change.
Well, teacher, don't I get an apple?
What for?
Well, maybe you didn't notice, but I'm first in the line.
Well, that's better than being last, isn't it? Come on, hurry up. Come on, Diana.
Corny's a lovely horse, Miss Hale.
Well, hurry it up. You haven't got all day. No!
Oh.
Never, never, never use a dandy brush on a horse's tail.
I'm sorry, Miss Hale, but there is so much to remember. This gosh, that gosh, dindy dandy, I don't know.
Don't worry. You'll be all right by the time I've finished with you. Oh, cheer up, Joan. You get your breakfast soon. Horses come first, you know.
It's no good. I can't stand it.
Harder than that, David. It's good for him.
I know someone else that'd be good for, too.
Right right, yards in 5 minutes, everyone. Yards in 5 minutes.
I'm so tired.
You're not the only one.
All right, breakfast. Breakfast, everyone. I said breakfast, Joan. Oh.
One thing bothers me. Do we ever get to actually ride the horses?
Ride prepare to mud. And mud. Cross stirrups. Now then, to strengthen your muscles, arms outstretched, with your right hands touch your right toes. Done?
Never, never lose your hat on a horse, Mr. Lawson, even a wooden one. Chalk up his black marks, Janet. Old army joke, Mr. Lawson.
These men must have died laughing.
Space out, everyone. Space out. 4 feet between each horse. Dinah, you're crowding Copper. Ingrid, ride him tight up into the corners. Don't cut them. Vincenzo, Clatterboy's lazy. Give him a tap. No, not there, boy. If someone hit you on the chest, you'd go backwards. On the rump, for heaven's sake. Adrienne, heels down. Leading file, change the race. Right, halt! Joan, what do you think you're doing?
He went the wrong way, sir.
You went the wrong way, Joan. Ride, relax. As for you, young lady, if you want to finish this course, you'd better start by concentrating. Join the ride.
Yes, sir.
Now, when they've learned to listen and to understand simple instructions, I'll have another look at them. At this rate, the course won't take 16 weeks, it'll take 16 years.
All right, now pay attention, everyone. Right. Walk march. Dinah, hold him on the bit. Keep your heels down, Joan. Right, trot. Vincenzo, keep your head up. Danny, elbows in.
May we try a jump, Miss Hale? There's a low hedge at the end of this field.
All right, let's see what you can do. Space out and take it singly. You go first, David.
Okay.
Ooh. Stand.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was Corny's fault. He pulled out at the last minute.
Corny loves jumping, Dinah. He's never refused a fence yet. You pulled him out yourself. Well, it'll cost you, all right, 5 penalties.
Oh, easy now, Miss Hale. We won't be jumping properly for weeks yet. That was just a tryout.
I'm running this course, Danny. David, go look after Corny.
Now, look,
It's all right, Danny. You're quite right, Miss Hale. It was my fault.
What's this?
My first contribution to the Rabbit Fund.
And we held hands all through the movie. Uh-huh. And then afterward, it turned cold. Uh-huh. And he took off his jacket and put it around me. Darling. Not so darling when I gave it back, with my dandruff on it.
Dandruff? How awful. What happened?
Wind changed. He turned cold all of a sudden. Just said goodnight and left. Dandruff. I'm sick about it.
Well, why in the world haven't you been using Head & Shoulders shampoo?
Oh, I haven't any faith in dandruff shampoos.
You'll change your tune if you try Head & Shoulders. It really works.
What happened? She took the good advice. Now Now, if there's something between them, it sure isn't dandruff. And her hair's prettier, too. Wonderful what Head and Shoulders can do. How it helps control dandruff. Really works with just regular use.
Right, let's trot. Trot. Keep back. Donna, keep contact with Corny's boss. Control him, don't let him control you. Sit down, Ingrid, down in the saddle. Come on, keep heels down.
I think our names will look very nice on one of these calves. Don't you, Ingrid?
I think they look beautiful.
Don't you agree, David?
You're out of luck, boy. Blue Ride's gonna win this time.
I thought he told Janet all his ride business was kid stuff.
Never underestimate the power of a woman, dear.
Vraiment?
Now, I've just been adding up the score. We're still 15 points behind Red Ride. Now, Dinah, you've got to try to catch up with your jumping.
I know.
Well, what's wrong? I mean, every time you even pull out a defense, Janet dishes out the black marks.
Okay, David, she knows. Anyway, you were responsible for collecting the first ones, remember?
And Joan, you've got to learn to get out of bed in the morning.
Well, I try, but I don't seem to get enough sleep.
Well, you just have to try a little harder, won't you?
What are you doing in the tack room? Don't you want any supper?
Got it, Miss Hale, thank you.
I just came to tell you that tomorrow you'll be having a rest from me. Captain Pinsky will be instructing you in dressage.
Who's he?
He's a perfectionist. Probably knows more about dressage than anyone else in the world. So I hope you won't let me down.
We might even try not to let ourselves down, Miss Hale.
Why do you have to be so rude to her, David?
I hope you won't let me down. She thinks the whole world revolves around her.
Listen, does it ever occur to you that she may be trying to help us?
No.
You're pretty keen on getting that cup, aren't you? Well, her name's not going to be on it.
It should be, though.
Now, look, let's drop the subject, shall we?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the dressage. This is the art of perfect, invisible control of the horse by the rider. The hands, the legs, these must always move gently, always independently, always invisibly. To push, to pull, to lose the balance, this in the hunting field is all right, perhaps. But in the dressage, never, never. I think you have been practicing these things, these arts. So, now we see. Miss Wilcox, please. Please, from the halt, you go to E. Make ordinary trot and halt at B. Execute a turn in the forehand and immediately walk on and halt at M marker. You understand me?
Yes.
Good. Now, go. Very good. It is correct. No, it is not correct. It is abominable. With the hands, one holds the forehand steady, yes, but with the legs, one so gently turns the quarters in a pivot. You kick the poor horse, Miss Wilcox, so he jumps sideways. No, this does not exist. It is abominable. I'm told they know these things. They know nothing.
I thought she did it pretty well.
So, you thought she did it pretty well. What is your name, please?
David Lawson.
So, Mr. Lawson, perhaps you will be good enough to illustrate for us the art of dressage. Mr. Lawson will take the place of Miss Wilcox at M marker. Rot.
Wonderful.
No, it is not correct. You must use living, supple leg, not a dead leg like a piece of wood. You see, you must feel with your horse, and the horse will feel with you. You kick the poor horse, Mr. Dawson, like an imbecile with stiff, dead leg. Why do you do this stupid thing? Is it possible that you learn nothing here?
Apparently it is, sir. And since I'm such an imbecile, I request permission to withdraw from the class.
Permission granted, Mr. Lawson. If you still request it after I have told you, please, a little story. Many years ago, Mr. Lawson, when I am a young man like you, I was a lieutenant in the Polish cavalry. So, one day, we're having dressage instruction like this, all the young lieutenants together. And when it is my turn, I ride the very best I can. And I think, good. It is very good. Then, when I have finished, my colonel turned to me and he screamed, Lieutenant Pinsky, you have hands like a gorilla, like a clumsy ape. Yes, it is funny now. I smile too, but then I was a very serious young man, like you, Mr. Lawson. I dismounted, I clicked my heels together like this, I saluted.
And I said to my colonel, I request permission to resign from the cavalry. And do you know what he said to me? He said to me, Lieutenant Pinsky, it is possible that you do not have hands like a gorilla, but you are a very insolent young man and a great fool. And if you do not mount your horse again immediately, you will not in 2 years' time be champion of Poland. So, perhaps I might borrow your horse, Mr. Lawson?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
The rest of you go into that corner, please.
So, perhaps now you understand why I shout. It is not because I'm angry, but because I know that one day you too will ride like that. I make apologies for the word imbecile, but for nothing else. I shall continue to shout, and we shall continue to work together for that day. You agree?
I certainly do, sir.
Good. We continue with the lesson. Rejoin the ride, please.
Did he become champion of Poland?
8 times, and twice Olympic champion. You're looking at one of the greatest horsemen in the world.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you into a most important secret.
Whenever you do well in anything, the jumping, the dressage, anything, never be proud for yourselves. Be proud only and always for this strange, this wonderful animal, for this horse, which makes it all possible.
You remember that, please. It is very important. You always remember that.
All right, now pay attention, everyone. Now, there's nothing to worry about with these quarry jumps, provided you retain perfect control over your horse the whole time. He'll be going downhill, so you must help him to keep his balance. But don't ride him too slowly, otherwise he'll lose impulse to take off and hit the fences. These horses will do almost anything you ask them. But they must have confidence in you. If you panic and make a mistake, they'll do the same.
In the better class schools, they provide parachutes.
Don't worry, Dinah.
Hey, do you see who's down there? They give you your money back if you break your neck.
Why don't you shut up?
All right? Now watch very carefully, everyone.
You better let Danny go first. Give him confidence, hmm?
All right, everyone? Show him how it's done, Danny.
Danny?
There's nothing to it, Dinah. See? Just watch me. Here we go, boy.
Good, Danny.
Well, that's a shilling for the rabbit fund.
When a picture means a lot to you, think how much greater the pleasure can be when you have your photo finisher make an enlargement in beautiful color. Today's prints and enlargements are more brilliant and lifelike than ever with the help of Kodak paper. These words mean your finisher is using the best paper available. Give your family a memorable gift, a beautiful enlargement of a treasured picture.
Right, next one, please. Dinah. Dinah? Did you hear what I said, Dinah? Dinah, you jump next.
I can't.
What did you say?
I can't do it.
What on earth do you mean? Now go ahead and take the jump. All right, take your horse down to the stable and I'll talk to you later. David, you jump next.
Dinah? What is it? What's the matter?
I'm leaving the course.
What? You can't do that.
I've made up my mind. I'm going to see the major and tell him.
You can't just leave. There wouldn't be any more fun around here without you.
I'm sorry, Danny.
Well, look, maybe I can help you.
No, you don't understand.
Was it the fall? Don't let that bother you. That was my fault.
Have you ever heard of Mary Wilcox?
I sure have. She was on the American Olympic team. She was great. Here, I'll open the gate for you.
I'm her daughter.
Her daughter? Well, that settles it then. You can't quit now. Not Mary Wilcox's daughter. You have to stay.
She had an accident, Danny, a bad one. At a quarry jump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
I knew she'd get up again because she always did, but this time she didn't. She just lay there until they came with the stretcher, and then she never rode again.
So, you're doing it for her?
No, she's never tried to persuade me. She just says if it's in my blood, she can't stop me, and if it's not, she can't put it there.
Dinah, did you decide to take this course?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the woods. Give him a little exercise.
Okay.
You see? It's easy if you don't worry about it first.
You knew that fence was there.
Sure, Farmer Carl Nosen put it up to keep his cattle in.
Corny might have hurt himself.
But he didn't. He took the jump, and you just sat there and let him do it for you. That's the whole point, Dinah. Now will you stay?
No, I won't. You think you're so darn clever trying to trick me like that. I could slap your face. I'm sorry, Major. It's no use. I'm sorry I let you down.
Good grief, girl. You haven't let anyone down. Do you think I don't know it takes just as much courage to say what you just said to me as it does to jump 100 fences? Just think about it this evening, hmm? Just think about it.
come to say goodbye, Corny. I really mean it.
So you are going, eh?
Yes.
Excuse me, please. I don't want to influence you, but this I do know. You can make a good rider. You have the hands, the feel. With David Lawson, I know this, and with young Danny, and with you.
You think I'm a coward, don't you?
No. I understand your fear very well, because so often I too have been frightened. Oh, yes. Once I break a leg and an arm, and I think never again will they speak so gently to a horse. But they mend, and I ride again. A big international horse show here in England. But my fear did not mend. I waited my turn to jump, and I knew that I could not face it. And then another rider from another country, you know, an opponent, came to me and said, Stefan, I understand your fear of these jumps, because so often I have felt it too. But when I do, I say to myself, throw your heart over first, and then jump after it. So I went out into the arena, and I had a clear round, and I won the competition. All because of what this rider, she was your mother, Dinah. Because of what your mother said to me. Throw your heart over first, and then jump after it. Good night.
I'm looking for Dinah, Captain Pinsky. Have you seen her?
She's in the yard.
Has she decided what to do?
I don't think so. Not yet. No. Let's leave her to make up her own mind, shall we?
Corny. Please help me. Please. Once more, boy.
Danny! You did it! I knew you would. You did it, Dinah.
It was corny. I just sat there like you said. He loves jumping.
Okay, then. Let's give him some. Come on.
Next program, we'll bring you the second episode of our story, and you'll find that you can't learn much about horses without learning something about people. That is, those people whose lives are centered around horses. Now, we'll be right back to tell you a bit about part 2 of the Horsemasters.
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play? I don't remember growing older. When did they? When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be so tall? Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
Keep the days you want to remember in pictures. All you need is a Kodak camera, Kodak film, and a little thoughtfulness.
Next week's climax to the story of the Horsemasters brings an exciting chase that leads to adventure and to surprising signs of romance between Janet and David.
Well, what's the matter with you now?
It's the race tomorrow.
You haven't got a chance. I'm riding in the race, remember?
You think you'll beat me?
Well, of course I will. So you haven't got anything to worry about, have you?
Well, you conceited Australian?
Hold it, everyone. Vincenzo, Shadow's already settled up. Get him out quick, will you? Danny, give him a hand. The rest of you get on with your normal work.
Yes, of course. What are you going to do?
But I gotta find Janet. She's probably hurt herself.
I know what you and the others think about me. You see, it's just that I...
Yeah?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's get back.
Okay.
Put me down. I can walk. Now, look, I'm not a baby. Put me down at once. David, put me down. What are you doing?
You're so darn independent all the time. You just said you could walk. Okay, walk.
Join us for the exciting and surprising climax to the colorful story of the Horsemasters in Tally Ho, next week on Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color.
It was our first anniversary. We'd been married 1 week. So I bought a present for her and one for me. Honey, I said, your cooking's sensational, but I wish you'd use Maxwell House coffee. Blue can, good to the last drop. Maxwell House. Always good to the last drop. My new little Maxwell housewife loved it. So I asked what else I could do. Know what she said? The dishes.
Tear open Top Choice. Tear open a package of Top Choice and watch your dog tear into it. Top Choice for meat-loving dogs. New from General Foods.
Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color has been brought to you by
it's Walter Brennan and Walter Brennan on a wild trip through Gnomesville with Tom Lowell, a lonely gnome hilariously hung up, searching for girl gnomes. Here's Matthew Garber and Karen Dautrice.
I still think it's Elizabeth's imagination.
It's coming to theaters soon from Walt Disney. See the Gnome-Mobile.